Good morning, everybody, and welcome to this nicely overcast August 19th, 2024. Hoping for some rain today. Hope we do get some. And what we're going to be doing is working on this 2018 Club Car Precedent 48 volt. Probably what a lot of you have experienced at some time or another in your club cars. Is that sometimes the steering can get notchy and be nice and smooth, and it kind of feel like it gets caught and you go and it moves some more and that kind of stuff. And so through the entire rotation of the wheel, instead of being nice and smooth and even, you can feel a notchiness in there. And I'm going to take care of that. I had that problem about 2 years ago or so, and discovered a way in which to take care of it, and I can feel it starting to come back, so I'm going to show you what I did. So the first thing I'm going to do is jack up this front end, and we'll grease the spindles here on this car. And these are Jake. This is a Jake lift kit on this vehicle, a 3-inch kit. So let's get the jack and the stand. Okay, to start with, on this driver's side spindle, we need to shoot some grease in there. And here it is right here. The nipple. See? Okay, we'll put some grease in there. Now, I didn't mean to imply I grease these things every couple of years. I do this once a year. Here, see, it's coming out right there. And there's plenty in there. But what I'm going to show you what I'm going to do to the steering itself, I did about 2 years ago. So we got this side done. We'll go over here and do the other side. As you can see, these nipples, these zert fittings are facing backwards, which is good. That protects them from damage and dirt and grease. I just say dirt from the road or the trails or whatever. There we go. Pump a few pumps. There it comes. All right, coming out right up there. It's a little shiny stuff there, and right here it's grease coming out. The next step is to take off this 1/2-inch nut. We're going to take this bumper off right here. Take out this 1/2-inch nut, and on the top part here, you have to hold it with a 10mm wrench. Up here, I'm going to show you. It has to be held with a 10mm wrench and a 1/2-inch from below. So we'll take that nut and bolt out. Really? There we come. Okay, it's out. There you go. Why there's two different size nut heads on here, I do not, the bolt face and the nut, why there's two different sizes, that's interesting. That's Club Car for you. Alright. Okay, you see the lights are out now, and I'm just going to set them aside. Now you can see the rack and pinion steering mechanism here with your boots protecting the rod as it goes in and out. This is a grease access point, but it's also an adjustment point. So this outside nut here locks this inside piece in place, and you can adjust the stiffness or the backlash of your steering here. And then right above that is a universal joint, and then there's another one up there for your steering. Now those universal joints are sealed. However, I've discovered that if you drop oil in here and these joints here and up there, then that certainly really helps. So this is part of taking care of your steering. So let's go ahead and take this off and I'll show you what that looks like. So you want to take this lock nut, loosen it, and here's the adjusting bolt or nut right down in here. And so let's just loosen that up. Actually, what I'm going to do is take this whole thing off so I can see the inside and check the grease. Once you get it loose, lock nut, you can just take this right off like that. A little tool that I picked up at a junk shop. You know, when you walk in these antique slash junk stores and they have these bins of tools laying around. I found this in there. And I have found this tool to be very useful in taking off differential plugs and all kinds of different things. So it's really good for this. But let's see, I can loosen it up. So it's, there we go. I don't need quite so tight. There we go. Now let's see. Okay, here's this piece here, plug that holds it all together. It comes out like that. Put it down here in the pan. And here's a spring. Pull out. Remember the orientation. Flat piece, a little nylon piece that pushes up against the cam in there. Get this thing out. Here we go. Pull that thing. It's slippery with all the lithium grease I've got on here. See if we can grab it. There we go. Yeah. You see how it's shaped? And then it goes over that shaft, which turns. And so when you turn your steering wheel, that thing goes around. See how it moves back and forth inside there? And then that half piece puts pressure on there, and that's what makes your steering, you can set what's called a backlash on the steering, so you can completely loose, or you can lock it up completely by doing that. I like it set somewhere in between, and I'm going to put some grease in there. This is that tool I was telling you about that I found at a antique slash junk shop in one of these booths selling all kinds of weird antique tools. And this was sitting in a box for a few dollars, and see all the different universal ends on here, and I looked at that and I said, wow, I can use that for all kinds of different differential plugs and You name it, you run into all kinds of strange shapes, and this thing has been invaluable. Just invaluable. So there's another reason to go to these junk shops with selling old tools. You'll find old school tools. Neat, huh? Alright, let's get back. Well, in the past I've squirted lithium grease in there, but I think this time I'm going to use wheel bearing grease. I'll just kind of dip it and put it in here. Shove it up in there best we can. Remember that piece we have that we'll put back in there, we'll shove a lot up in here too. I'm just going to fill this thing up. Oh yeah, make it nice and slicky. Yeah. Okay, now we'll put our pieces back on. Alright, so we got the tool in there, and what the idea is just to tighten it to feel the tension. You feel that thing touching. That's too tight. It will back that thing off. I can feel it when I move the wheel out here. Just take your time. Alright, let's see what that's like. Let me go up there and see what the steering wheel feels like at this point. I'm happy with the way the wheel feels. Doesn't have any play in it. See a little bit of rocking here, and it corresponds with wheel movement down there. And it's easy to move. I'm not going through the entire range of it simply because of the lights hanging down there. Okay, so I'm gonna tighten down that set threaded washer or nut there on the right here. I'm going to tighten that down, put all this thing back together. Well, thank you for watching Ken's Show and Tell.